So in the last session, we have seen what is variable. So variable in C is nothing but it is just a data identifier, and we can precisely define it as name given to memory location where the data used in program is stored. So the syntax for declaring variable is data type followed by the variable name and equal to symbol and then data value, and end the statement with semicolon. Or you can also declare the variable first and then assign value to the variable later in the program according to requirement. And the rules for using a variable in C program is the variable name must start with letter or underscore, and it cannot start with a digit, and it cannot have any white spaces in the name, and if you want any space in the name you can use underscore. So these are some of the naming conventions for variables. Now we will be seeing the types of variables. So variable in C programming can be local or global. So the types of variables, we can say there are two types. One is local variable and the other is global variable. So when we say local variable, it is the variable which is declared within function. Within function, we declare the variable, whereas global variable is declared outside function. So we can say it is declared within function, whereas global is declared outside any function. So because it is within function, scope is local to that particular function. That means only within that function it can be used. Whereas in case of global variable can be used by all the functions in program. So by all functions, this global variable can use. So this global variable can be used by all functions in C program. So these are the two types of variables in C programming. Let's see it practically. So like here, we are already having student ID 85. So I am removing all other code. Just we are having here student ID 85. So if I declare any other variable, like let's take student ID 1 here, student ID 2 here. I'm giving the ID value for student ID 1 35 and for 2 I'm giving 55. So student ID 2 I can print from main, and also I can print student ID 1. So both the variables can be used by main function. Now if I compile it, I get 0 errors or warnings. If I run it, I get ID is 35, ID is 55. So main is able to use both the variables student ID 1 and also 2. Suppose we are having some other user defined function, like if I have here, so about the functions we will be learning later. So here I am using a user defined function display, and from this display I will be trying to display the student ID 2 also. So here whenever we use a user defined function we need to also declare it. So about which in detail we will be seeing later. So this is a user defined function which I am going to call it after this code in main, and the same let's give here two different values. So student ID 2 value here I am providing 105. So this student ID 2 is the local member of display function, whereas this student ID 2 is the local member of main function. So we have declared it separately in both the functions. So if I compile it, I get 0 errors. If I run it, I get first time ID 35 and 55, whereas here ID 35 and 105. Suppose if I don't declare it student ID 2 in display, then I get we need to compile whenever we make a change. So we get a message student ID 2 undeclared. So identify is reported only one for each function if it appears in that particular function. So here this is the local variable which can be accessed only within main method. So we need to, if you want in case student ID 2 in display also, then there again you need to declare it like this. So local variables can be used only within that particular function, whereas global variables can be used by all other functions, all the functions present in the C program. So that is about local and global variable in C programming. More about variables we will be seeing in separate video, but for this video I'm ending here. Thank you.